Good morning, brothers and sisters. I know I haven't spoken for a while. I have been making recordings, but I have not put any out because I have not been moved by the Spirit to put out any yet, because sometimes everything is about timing. But this morning, I want to talk on a topic of what this topic should be, boy. Like missing your blessing. And missing your blessing sometimes could stem from what you're looking for and what you need in your life is right in front of your face. It's right in front of you, but yet still you can't see it. It's being blinded to what is obvious, what is really yours. And sometimes we go all around, all over the place looking for what we want or what we think we need in our life. And what we needed or what we need is right in front of us. But at that point in time, we cannot see it. And what triggered this is that, and it's something that's happened pretty often, but this morning in particular, it really, really struck me. Because I was looking for a card, a membership card, that I couldn't find. And I knew I had it, and I couldn't find it. So I was looking for it all over. Eventually, I ended up getting to put it, the company now have it, that you can put it on your phone. So I ended up downloading it and putting it on my phone. And yesterday in particular, I wanted this card because I was going to shop, and I needed the card. Couldn't find it at all. I look everywhere for it. I couldn't find it. This morning now, when I am not looking for it and I don't need it anymore right now, here comes the card right on top of the table, right on top of the counter where I was looking before and couldn't find that card. And that card was right there in front of my face all this time. And I'm looking high and I'm looking low for this card. And now, this morning, after going and shop, no longer needing the card, here comes the card in front of my face. You see? So sometimes what we want, what we need, what we're looking for, high and low, up and down, in every nick and cranny, right in front of your face. Now that could be anything. That could be a job, that could be a husband, that could be an opportunity, that could be a business, it could be whatever. Sometimes the idea for what you're looking to do or what you need is right in front of your face. And sometimes we take it for granted because that card is an important card, yes. I rest it there. I don't know how come I leave it there because normally I put it away. But at that time when I put it there, I become absent-minded and I took it for granted. And I rested there because I know it's always there. And that's the next thing too. We tend to overlook things because we know it's always there. Sometimes you tell yourself, I ain't have to really pay attention to it because it's always there. And that is one of the greatest mistakes that we just make. We make that mistake in friendship. We make that mistake in relationships. We make that mistake in job. We make that mistake in every situation of our life. We tell ourselves this thing is always going to be there because we become comfortable with it. And you see, comfortableness could be a very big enemy to your progress and to your success. Because when you become comfortable, you become complacent. And when you become complacent, you start taking things for granted. You start doing things any old how, paying no particular attention towards that thing because you tell yourself, that's always there. And most of the time, we miss out on our blessing because we tell ourselves, that thing always there. That thing ain't going nowhere. That thing, I had that thing locked. And while you might tell yourself you have it locked, somebody else may realize that you're not paying attention to what you have. And you don't value what it is you have. And therefore, they're watching the opportunities that you getting and the things that you having, that you taking for granted. And they're waiting for an opportunity to huff you, according to them when you're playing draft, huff you for not eating and take what is yours. Because there are people also watching your life. They're watching what is taking place. And they're seeing the value of what you have that you can't see the value in because you have become complacent. You have become comfortable. So you have started now treating what it is you have as if it ain't really worth much. So you stop taking care of it. You stop putting it away. You stop looking after it. You stop investing in it. You ain't paying no attention to it. You know, you're telling yourself, well, it ain't gonna go no way. Sweetheart, that is exactly when it's going to go. When you start telling yourself it ain't going away, you have it in the bag, never become so comfortable that you start taking your situations, people, your job, your health, nothing that you have is permanent. Everything you have can be taken away from you. The Lord give it and the Lord take it away. Everything that you have, everything that you get can be taken away from you. Even though you buy a house and you finish paying for the house and you tell yourself the house and the deed is in your name, and you tell yourself you can't lose that house again because here what happening is yours, it still can be taken away from you. A great earthquake could come and crack up that house and make that house fall. And it still come like you have no house. Or a flood could come and flood out your house and you had to do so much repairs to your house when you thought you had done pay for the house. And at that point in time, you had no money to do no sort of repairs again. It come like you lost the house. It's in your name, yes, but it's not livable. You understand? You can't live in it no more. So nothing you have is permanent except that you invest in it. Whatever you invest in, you will reap the rewards of. But if you fail to invest in what you want, then there's no reward to be had. You can't be rewarded for a lack of investment. If you don't put money in the bank, you can't get interest on it. If you ain't invest in the lotto, you can't look out for a winning. How you expect to win if you didn't invest in the lotto? You didn't buy a ticket. You know, and sometimes we tend to feel that we entitled to certain things that we didn't invest in. Or you're entitled because your parents have. So your parents have money, so you have an entitlement. What your parents have is their own. That is not your own. You didn't work for that, but you feel you're entitled. You come around people who you feel may have whatever finances, and you tell yourself because you are around them and that is your friend or that is your wife or that is your husband, you're entitled. You're not entitled to nothing. You didn't help build that. You didn't help contribute to the outcome of that. So what you entitled to? You want to be entitled, then you got to invest. You got to pay attention. You got to give your time and effort into it. You got to sow into that because what you sow is what you will reap. So if you sow nothing, you get back nothing. How could you get something from nothing? Even when Christ had to turn water into wine, he had to start with the basic element, water. He didn't just make water into wine from midair. They had to fill up the barrel with water. So there had to be an investment. There had to be an investment. You must invest in order to reap. You can't reap where you didn't invest. And that's a natural law, but we want to reap where we didn't sow. And that is not practical. Anytime you want to reap where you didn't sow, then it's a thief. That is what you are, a thief. Because you want to take what you never invested in. And that is what thief does. They didn't invest, but they want to take. So even though you mightn't come and stick up somebody at gunpoint, the fact that you want to reap where you didn't sow, it means that you are a thief. And we have a lot of them going around, eh? As a matter of fact, there are a lot of opportunists who are looking at coming at people to come into their life just because they want to reap where they didn't sow. They realize harvest coming. They see you have a harvest coming and they're ready to invest in you. They're ready to come and pretend they're investing in you because they ain't really investing in you. They're just coming around and hoping that, you'll be blind, dumb, and stupid enough to say, oh. And therefore, now, when the harvest come, they are wrong. So when they're picking their fruits, they want to help you pick your fruits too. And they eat the fruits too, but they didn't even bring a spray can and come and spray the tree to make sure no insects and eat all the fruits. They didn't even do that. But they want to eat fruit. Bible says, by the sweat of thy brow a man shall eat. And they have a lot of people want to eat, but they ain't want to sweat. They ain't want the brow to sweat. They even want to break a sweat, but they want to eat. It don't work like that. So this is going to be very short because I'm getting ready for work, and I think I have to stop here. So I hope this message would resonate. It might be short, but sometimes short and sweet is the way to go. Love you all. May the light and love of God continue to shine upon you and bless your life and give you peace. Shalom, shalom.